Hello everyone, my name is Goransh. Today we're going to demonstrate the task 7.1p automated backend testing. And in this task, we focus on the testing of backend using Postman, emphasizing its importance and providing guidelines for implementing the tests. The aim is to test the APIs and test their proficiency in Postman. So yeah, now we'll look at the demonstration of the tests and check if all the tests are working. Yeah, we'll send each and every command, the get request, the post request. Yeah, you can see every test is working right now, and we're getting the body response also. So yeah, we'll send this now, and as you can see here, yeah, all the tests are passed. This is the post request, and yeah, it passes all the tests. Then we have the put request. This is also passed. You can see there's a script we have written for each test. Then afterwards I'll explain the script also. But now we are just looking at the output, just testing all the tests and if seeing if they all pass. This is the get request, get the maps. Yeah, this is also passed. Now again we have the get request, and it passes. Now we have the put request. Yeah, here it's in, and you can see here it's passing. Now we jump to the delete request, and yeah, it's also passing. Now we have the post request here, and yeah, it's also passing. So every test passes. Now we just jump to the request, and now I'll explain script of the test in every request. And now in the first get command, when you start the script, there's a PM test. This test checks whether the HTTP status code of response 200 is okay, and various other tests. Moving on to the then we have response body is not empty, where this test checks the responsive body exists and it's not empty. It uses the pm dot respond to have JSON body. Then we have response body contains an array of robot command. Then the code says that each command in every command contains the valid property. Now we jump to a second request. It's similar to the old get request, but there's a one more command is added, that is get move command only, and check their property is move command. This test verifies that each command in response is moved by command by checking if it has a property named is move command set to be true. It assumes that only move command have this property. Next, we'll jump to the get another get request by ID, and now also it's like similar to the get request, but we have another one added command in this, and which another test added this which is get robot by command ID, which checks the ID, and it fetches a single robot command from the ID and verifies its properties. If the check is good, the test is good, the test is passed. And it also checks response container object, and it compares the ID name description of the command with the expected values. So yeah, these three were the get commands. Now we'll jump to the post command, and get to know more about the post command. This is the put. Oh, sorry, you have to do the post. Yeah, this is the post command. In this test, we have a pre-request script. This script sets a postman variable named new command name with the value guide. We have set the value here as guide, and this variable will be used in the later in the test. And then we have the similar test status code check response body is not empty. Then we have response body contains a newly created robot command, which means we should have a new name and new ID. And then we have test newly created command name. The test newly created command's name, it verifies that name of the newly created command response matches the value stored in new command name variable set in a pre-request script. So now we'll jump to the put request and discuss the script. In this script, there are only three tests, and which is the status code check, which is the first one. The second one is response body is not empty, it should contain a command robot. Then we have the update an existing robot command. This test verifies the HTTP status code 200 and response body is JSON format. It checks if the updated command exists, and it contains properties such as ID, name, the isMove command, and the description. Yeah. Now we'll move to the delete request and discuss the script. In this script also there are three tests. First is status code check. The second is response body shouldn't be empty. And the third check is delete a robot command. This test checks the response after deleting a robot command, and it ensures the HTTP status code of 200. Now we have the get all maps, and here's the script, and now we'll discuss the script. It is similar to the get all robot commands, having the status code check, response body is not empty, response body contains an array of robot commands, and fourth is each command is in commands contain valid properties. Each test follows the status code of 200, and which is a success. Now we jump on to the get maps that all are square request, and now we discuss the script. In this request, it's legit the same of the previous request, that is get all maps. The status code, the response body, the response body contains an array, the command and command contains valid properties. We have a new test in the script, that is get square maps. In this test we match the or make the rows and columns equal, and if they are equal the test is passed with a 200 of HTTP code, that is a success. Now we'll jump on to the put request, and here we'll see the script of the test and demonstrate it. In this request also the starting tests are same, that are status code check, and the response body is not empty. And third test is new, that is response body contains a valid map property. This test verifies that the response body contains a valid property of the map object, and that is the id column rows name. Then we have an update an existing map. It checks the response after updating an existing map with the status code of 200, that is success. Then we have the delete request here. Now we'll discuss the script of this delete request. Here also the tests are same, status code check, which if checking the status code is okay or not. Then we have the response body is not empty, response body should have something. Then we have a delete a map test, which checks if which checks the map is deleted after using this request with a count of 200, and it expects the response to be message map deleted successfully. Now we have the post request, and here we discussed its script. Now in this post request we have the four tests here. Status code check, checking if the status code is 201, and the response body should not be empty. It should response should be in JSON format. Then we have response body contains a single robot command. This test checks the response body contains a single robot command. It verifies that the JSON response is an object with a properties name and description. Then we have a add new map test. This test checks the response after adding a new map, and it verifies the response body is in JSON format and contains properties name and description for the new map. So this is it. Thank you so much.